Hello, welcome to the 3-day weather forecast. Horizontal visibility across the country has continued to improve significantly as no fresh dust has been raised over the source region in Niger and Chad in the last 48 hours. However, the already existing dust in suspension has continued to reduce horizontal visibility over the central parts of the country and the inland cities, even the southern parts of the country. And so, for the rest of Friday, we expect the country to be generally sunny in dust haze. However, good horizontal visibility is expected over the north. But as we move towards the central parts and the inland cities, we expect visibility here to be moderate within the range of 2,000 to 3,000 meters. Cloudy conditions are expected over the southeastern parts of the country with prospects for thunderstorms around Calabar and Ikom areas. However, these thunderstorms are not expected to be accompanied by rains. For our maximum temperature forecast on Friday, we expect to see higher values of daytime temperatures over the southern parts of the country than the northern parts of the country, and values during the day are expected to reach 38 degrees Celsius in Yenagoa areas and also in Warri and Lokoja areas. Abuja is also expected to reach 38 degrees Celsius during the day, but over the north, daytime highs are expected to range between 31 degrees Celsius and 34 degrees Celsius, while nighttime temperatures are expected to be the lowest over Katsina at 10 degrees Celsius, and the highest value of nighttime temperature is expected to be 27 degrees Celsius over Onitsha and Awka areas. For our air quality forecast, because of the high concentration of dust in the atmosphere, we expect the atmosphere over the country to be generally poor and unhealthy for sensitive groups, particularly in areas where we have the orange coloration. Places that appear over the inland cities, from Abuja extending to the inland cities that appear in red, are expected to be unhealthy for all categories of persons living in these areas. By Saturday, we expect the country to still remain sunny generally in dust haze with improved horizontal visibility. We expect horizontal visibility over the inland cities of the south to further improve from 2,000 and 3,000 meters to about 4,000 and 5,000 meters, while cloudy conditions are expected over the southern and coast of the country. We expect maximum temperature forecast on Saturday to reach 34 degrees Celsius over places like Sokoto and Maiduguri areas, while the southern parts are expected to experience higher daytime temperatures up to 38 degrees Celsius in Yenagoa areas, Calabar and Port Harcourt areas. We also expect to see values of 38 degrees Celsius in Makurdi and also in parts of the central states, while nighttime temperature over the north are expected to range between 12 degrees Celsius and 16 degrees Celsius. For our air quality forecast on Saturday, we still expect a greater portion of the country to have poor air quality because of the amount of dust in suspension. And so for this reason, places that appear in orange are still considered to be unhealthy for sensitive group of persons living around these areas, while places that appear in red, particularly over the central parts of the country extending to the southwestern part, are expected to be unhealthy for all categories of persons. The little areas that appear are expected to have air quality that is considered moderate and not likely to pose any threat to the health of persons living around these areas. By Sunday, we still expect the country to be generally sunny in dust haze. However, we expect continuous horizontal visibility across different parts of the country with possibilities of cloudy conditions over the coastal areas and partly cloudy over the inland cities of the south. Our maximum temperature forecast on Saturday is expected to be the highest at 39 degrees Celsius over Port Harcourt areas, while the lowest daytime high temperatures are expected over the northern part of the country, over Jos at 30 degrees Celsius, over Kaduna and also over Katsina, while the nighttime temperatures over the north are expected to range between 12 degrees Celsius and 18 degrees Celsius. Our air quality forecast on this day is still expected to be generally poor over most parts of the country, except few places in yellow where moderate air quality is expected and not likely to pose any threat to the health of persons. However, a greater portion of the country that appears in orange is expected to be unhealthy for sensitive group of persons, that is, persons that are allergic to respiratory infections and diseases, while the places that appear in red are expected to be generally unhealthy for all categories of persons. And so with the quality of air we have, long hours of outdoor activities are not encouraged. So persons are advised to stay more indoors than outdoors. This is where we conclude our forecast. Thanks for watching. I remain Paul Ugbah.